Hi guys. Okay, so with factorization, you're going to have to learn how to use factorization to simplify fractions. Okay, so I'm going to show you what that means. So take your books out, you can write the date and you can write the heading, which is fractions and factorization, and then we'll start. Okay, Stella Field, if you can please pause the video. Alright, so when I'm using factorization in fractions, there's some things that you need to know. Okay, so the first thing you need to know is that you need to consider each numerator and denominator separately. Okay, so you'll look at the numerator as if it's like a standalone expression, and you're going to say, can this numerator be factorized? Then you move on to the denominator. Can the denominator be factorized? And so you go like that with every single numerator and denominator that you get given. Alright, then when you're working with your factorization, you always start with highest common factor. Okay, so you first check, is there a number that goes into both of these? Can I take out any x's? Can I take out any y's? First do your highest common factor. Then from there, you check dots. Is this difference of two squares? Am I subtracting two perfect squares? And then you check for your trinomial also. Okay. And then only once you've done all of that, then you start cancelling out. Okay, so say you get an x plus 1 bracket in the one fraction, and an x plus 1 fraction bracket in the other fraction, they can cancel out most likely. Okay. Alright, so you can take down the heading, which is topic 16, exercise 1, and then copy down number 1, and then we'll start. You can pause the video. Okay, so usually what you guys would do if you were given this in a test situation is you would split it up, right? So you'd say 4x over 4 plus 8 over 4, and then you would start cancelling things out. Okay, I'm going to teach you a different way to do it using factorization, because once the questions start getting more complicated, you're going to need to know how to do it a different way. Alright, so I don't want you to do that way. If you did that way in the test, though, I wouldn't mark you down. It would be right. Okay, so like I said, we're going to check the numerator first. So we're going to check the numerator. Is there a highest common factor? Yes, 4, right? So I'm going to divide both of those by 4. And in the denominator, I can't factorize the denominator. If it's only one term, you can never factorize it. Okay, it has to be more than one term. Okay, so if I take out 4 as a highest common factor, I'm left with x plus 2. Now I can start factorizing. Okay, so my 4's will now I can start cancelling. So my 4's will cancel, and then I'm just left with x plus 2. So that's my final answer. And you can leave it in brackets if you want. If I wanted to cancel anything with this x plus 2, I would need to find like an identical bracket that could cancel. Alright. Okay, let's try B. Okay, B, is there a highest common factor that goes into 5 and 20? Yes, 5. And is there an a in both terms? Yes, there is. I always take out the smaller number of variables, so there's 1a here and 2a's there, so I'm going to take out 1a. So I divide through by 5a. Okay, the bottom can't be factorized because it's only one term. Alright, so 5 divided by 5, that'll be 1. A divided by a, that'll be 1. And then 20 divided by 5 gives me 4. A squared divided by a, one of the a's will cancel, and I'm left with just a. Okay, don't forget to put your highest common factor on the outside of the bracket. Alright, now I can start cancelling. So 5 goes into itself once and into 10 twice, and then my a's will cancel, so I'm just left with 1 plus 4a over 2. Okay, now you can't go and cancel the 4 and the 2 together because there's two terms at the top here. You must imagine that this is still in a bracket. Okay, so you can't cancel this with the 2. If it was just 4a over 2, then you could cancel, but because there's two terms, I almost treat it like it's stuck in its own bracket, and I would need to find another bracket of 1 plus 4a so that I can cancel those two together. Alright, if you need to pause the video to copy this down, then you can. Otherwise, let's go on. Alright, so